Why is it that when women hustle hard, build for themselves, in the same world men navigate, it's suddenly labeled masculine, too independent? Why?
So I'm sorry if I'm masculine, but I've been forced to be masculine. When I was married, or when I was in my past relationships and a man didn't wear the pants, I had to take off my skirt and put the pants in the relationship. If a man can't show up and can't be a man and an alpha, then guess what? A woman has to be that alpha. So a lot of men in my life forced me to wear the pants because they had their skirts on. This is what people don't understand, that when I have been forced to be masculine by men who were not alphas, and I had to show up for the family, and I had to pay the rent, the food, everything, I had to. But when a woman is in a relationship where the man doesn't show up, she has to put the pants on. So I'm sorry if I'm masculine, but I've been forced to be masculine. Show me an alpha man that is in his true alpha, not in his wounded masculine, but his full-on masculine, and watch me become a sweet, soft little girl. I need a man that is fully in his energy, masculine energy. And when a man gives that woman that feeling, that safety, that energy, that love, you can feel it. Then a woman deassembles her masculine energy and she falls into her feminine and she becomes a child with that man. But sadly, I have not met those.
I think that when a lot of men say that women are very masculine now, there is some truth to it, but I also think it's exaggerated. Even though there is some truth to it, it is very much so exaggerated. And I think part of the reason for that is that the lines between what a masculine trait is and what a feminine trait is have been so blurred that when men see women doing something that they would do, they automatically assume that is a masculine trait. They don't fathom that there's a possibility that the thing that they're seeing the woman do is a feminine trait and that he has taken on a feminine trait.
Okay, give me an example of what you're...
So bickering back and forth. For example, if a man is used to clapping back at people, he may think that clapping back is masculine. So if he's in the company of a woman who claps back, he may think that she's being masculine by clapping back. It will not occur to him that clapping back is a feminine trait and she's being feminine and so is he. It will not occur to them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
In our society here, men are being applauded for ambition, drive, resilience. But when a woman embodies the same traits as those men, that woman is being shamed. She's being told she's been intimidating or even accused of not knowing how to be feminine. Could it be that what is really being attacked isn't masculinity or femininity, but a woman's refusal to be dependent, to depend on a man? Let's have a look at what some men are saying makes a woman masculine.
Okay, so ladies, we got your list about what makes a man sassy. We heard y'all out. Now the fellas are saying, well, you need to make a list about what makes a woman masculine. Okay, so I got it right here. This is what the fellas are saying that makes y'all masculine. Number one, if you have more than 3 brothers, you're masculine. You gonna do a handshake right there on the spot. If you work at a warehouse, you lift in boxes, 50 pounds, you masculine. If you play the video game, you know Call of Duty better than us, you masculine. If you listen to trap music, drill music, you know new songs coming out before we do, you're masculine. If you gamble on FanDuel, how you make more money than us on there? What's going on? How do you know that? Masculine. If she drive with the seat leaned back, one hand on the steering wheel, you just cruising through the city, you masculine. If you wear Timberland boots, you masculine. If you're a CEO or working in jail, you're masculine. If you ever been to jail, you masculine. So why was you even in there, shorty? If your knuckles got more bruises than his, you masculine. You've been fighting too much. If you be at a dice game, crouching down, really getting busy, you masculine. If you work at Walmart, Waffle House, IHOP, you masculine. Those type of jobs you usually gotta fight. Ladies, and that's the list, all right? That's what the guys are talking about. That's what make a woman masculine. Hey.
Girls have the sassy list. This is the masculine list part 2. So if you do this, ladies, you're masculine. Girls that have a shoe size 10 or higher, masculine. Driving a manual car, masculine. What are you, Paul Walker? Talking loud in public, masculine. If you have chest tattoos, masculine. Drinking liquor straight out the bottle than Jack Sparrow, masculine. If you have hair above your lip, masculine. Why do you have a mustache? If you hawk loogies, masculine. You're a dragon. If you sell drugs, masculine. If you shoot guns or work a security job, you're aggressive, masculine. If you build things, Bob the Builder, masculine. If you open drinks or food with your teeth, masculine. You're a grizzly bear. Settle down. Comment, add to the list. Doesn't make any sense.
Why do so many men associate strength leadership, and resilience with masculinity, but they link softness, emotion, or nurturing with weakness. Why? The truth here is this. It's not that many women are too masculine. It's that men were raised to believe that femininity is inferior. So when a woman is strong, she's acting like a man because strength was never allowed to coexist with womanhood in their mind. That was how they were brought up. That was how they were conditioned. Please have this at the back of your mind. Feminine is not weakness. Masculine is not strength. Power has no gender. Survival has no gender. And thriving shouldn't threaten anyone.
Like, I want a feminine woman. I'm the masculine one. I don't need
someone going toe to toe with you, or
I don't need that.
So when I was growing up, the only thing I ever wanted, I didn't even think about career. I didn't think about a home. I wanted a family. That was the number one thing that I wanted. I wanted someone to take care of, and I wanted children to love. That's what I wanted. And so I know that's one of the reasons why I got married so young, because I wanted to start that immediately. Didn't work out. What happened? He had an affair on me and chipped a little bit away at that innocence, that innocent outlook on what love is. And then I met my ex-husband, and my ex-husband, we were married for a very long time, and we had a beautiful son together. And then the same thing happened. He was abusive, and then he cheated on me. And again, chipped away at that outlook on what love really is. And then I started dating in 2020 on using these dating apps, and men are asking me for nudes, they're asking me for videos, they're ghosting you, they're saying that they want something, to get to know you better, and then they don't text you back and they leave you on red. And it just chips away at these little things that you have on this outlook on love. So what does that do? That in turn makes a woman like me, who wanted to live life, to love somebody and to have a family, and it makes me harder. It makes me not so open to love so easily, because I'm so scared. And what in turn does that make me? Independent. It makes me more independent, and it makes me more closed off. So in my story, I very much feel like I'm a product of my environment, because I've yet to meet a man that makes me feel comfortable enough and vulnerable enough to be feminine.
Yeah.
So many men these days are complaining about women having masculine energy. But in reality, y'all use her for everything she has and still expect her to be soft and feminine. No woman will feel comfortable settling into her feminine energy if she constantly feels uneasy around you. She deserves to feel safe. She yearns to feel trust. She wants to be loved. But if she's in survival mode and she has to do everything herself, and you're not doing your part as a man, then you're never going to get the best version of her. She already has the weight of the world resting on her shoulders. And your job as a man is to take some of that weight off, not add to it. Help her out. You'll be appreciated for it. Don't be an idiot.
When a woman is left unprotected, she has to exhibit masculinity. For a woman to do business, she has to exhibit masculine energy. Feminine energy is not a gay, like most men like be, man, feminine energy is nurturing and caring. And that's one thing that I had to learn, because I was big on the top, I'm tough all the time. The masculine and the feminine is different. But at the same time, I know the difference between raising a man and raising a woman. Now, my woman not going to conduct herself like that, because I'm going to provide a safe place for her to exhibit femininity. She not going to have to be tough, because she got me, she got a man.
Would you say there's a lot of masculine females nowadays, though?
Of course. But we have to know what masculinity is, and we have to know what we're talking about. What we're talking about is women are operating like men or like the male, but how? Through patriarchal programming. Everything that we live in, this entire system, is run by men's and men's philosophies. If we understand philosophy and how psychology is programmed, you understand that your behavioral patterns are based on your philosophies that you hold. Well, all of the philosophies that we live under in the patriarchal system are all male dominated. Capitalism comes from male nature. Consumerism comes from male nature. This whole patriarchal hierarchy is male nature. So everybody, including women, are operating like males. Women are not acting like women. And it is not because that they're doing it on their own. It's because of the program that has gotten them into competition mode.
What does it mean to act like a woman? What does it mean to act like a man? All I'm hearing is gender role, societal gender role. Men love gender roles. They fear competition with women. When you talk about gender roles in marriage, women are expected to stay home while men are expected to go out there and be men, the way they say it, be men. Most of those men that are provider men are cheats. They cheat on those women that they leave at home. Men want situations that will make them dominant, make them the ones in control, in charge. So this is how they make it seem, women are the weaker vessel. That is what their Bible says. Women are the weaker vessel. So let's attach that with femininity. Men are the stronger ones, or masculinity. So they get upset when they see women not being in their position, when they see women taking on roles that are supposed to be for men. And the reason why we are seeing more men call more women masculine in this current age is because women are becoming more financially independent. In the past, a lot of women were depending on men, and men love it when women depend on them. So they hate it when women are not depending on them. The reason why they love it when women depend on them is because it creates room for them to control the women they have in their lives. Currently, in this modern age, control has become a thing of struggle for men. Women are rising up, doing for themselves, and not depending on men, and men are finding it difficult to control women. Let me say this. The gender roles in marriages and in society are mainly shaped by culture, religion, family, media, not biology alone. I know we also need to factor in the hormones and the way the human body is being built. Let me tell you, if you read history, in the past, in African history, we had a lot of female warriors. Females were fighting. They were warriors in the past. So what are men talking about? We have to stop this stereotype. We have to see survival for what it is. You see a woman thriving, trying to survive, you're calling her masculine. Are you okay? So you expect her to sit down, fold her hands, and depend on a man that will control her and use her. Let's have a look and see what the passport bros have been up to.
All of y'all baby daddy, boyfriends, husbands, cousins, brothers, uncles, and daddies was all in Cartagena this weekend. I traveled to Cartagena to meet one of my friends who was traveling from Ecuador just for the weekend. It was my first time in Cartagena, and my God in heaven, y'all did not lie about the passport, bro. Baby, I got off the plane. I didn't know where I was at. It was black men as far as the eye could see. I took a little video while I was in the immigration line. They was grouped up and duped up. You hear me? The line was at least 2 hours long to get through immigration. I promise you, and I'm not lying, right hand to God, they probably had 5 women in this immigration line. Everybody else was black men. And I said, there's a story here. I mean, they was coming in groups. The group that was in front of me was a group of 10. A group of 10 that had came from Philly. How I knew they was from Philly? Because I could hear their accent. I could hear them talking. I was looking at them in line, downloading Tinder. I said, them people didn't. Now, this is my first time in Cartagena. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, I've been to Colombia before. I've been to Cali. But I didn't think that I was coming to the whole fest. But that's what's going on. And anybody with a peon, any type of peon of a brain could see what's going on down there in Cartagena. When you walking down the streets, the women is literally pulling on you, winking, calling you pop. They trying to get it. They working. And they paying for it. They down there buying coochie. I was so embarrassed standing in that immigration line because I could just feel the people that's from Cartagena looking at us, because I'm in too. They looking at us saying, just look at them lined up to come buy some cat. All the way in South America. Y'all Y'all didn't lie. I thought y'all was lying. I thought y'all was bitter because, you know, these black men is out here traveling and they got their passports. And that's why I was just so happy that black men just had passports and they was, you know, seeing the world. No. Them up to go participate. And you know what? I ain't gonna say too much on here. But all I'm gonna say is y'all was right. And I apologize. I have never seen nothing like this in my life.
Wait until you hear what this guy has to say.
I love a natural woman. I love someone that's soft. I love a woman that basks in her femininity. I love a woman that loves to cook. And I love a woman who likes to love on me. You know, I like what likes me. And I'm used to women like my grandmother, my mom. They didn't wear weave and things like that.
Okay, look. They didn't have weave back in your granny days. We're talking about look.
I'm saying.
Let's stay on looks here.
Yeah, that's what
Look,
I love a natural
you went
woman.
into cooking. Okay, we all can cook. I mean, we better know how to cook. We got to eat. What's your look type?
I can't. it's not a certain look.
It has to be because you're popping on weave.
I said that I don't like weave.
But we love to wear weave, honey.
Yes, and y'all wear weave for each other. Y'all don't wear weave for us. I guarantee you probably if it's 5 guys, 3 to 4 of us don't like weave. But we'll take it though because that's what y'all do. But we don't prefer that stuff. Y'all wear that to be in competition with each other.
Don't cancel me, but I don't like the dark outline on your lips.
Who the are you to tell me or judge me on my body count when your body count is probably 10 times higher than mine? Like, it just bugs me and triggers me because it's like crazy to me.
Yes, there's a double standard, but it exists for a reason. Look, I mean, you could go out tonight and find 100 dudes that would want to sleep with you. You're a pretty woman, got good energy, guarantee you could get laid by 100 different guys throughout the city. For guys, totally different story. I'm a decently good looking guy compared to the average. I don't think I'm like an ultra giga Chad, but like even for a guy like me, like it's the number of women that I could sleep with compared to the number of men that you could sleep with. It's a huge differential. And the reason why there is a double standard is because if a woman wants to rack up a very high body count, like if a woman wants to sleep with 100 guys, all she has to do is open her legs. If a guy wants to sleep with 100 women, he has to become an absolute stud in order to do so. That doesn't mean that it's okay for him to do so. I totally disagree with men sleeping with tons of women. I think it's bad for society. I also think it's bad for society for women to sleep with a lot of men. And one of the signs of a high value woman is a woman who can say no. If a woman can say no to men, that shows that she can express discretion, she has self-control, she has self-discipline, and those are desirable traits in a mate.
So the double standard is okay for men, but it's not okay for women. Why are men expecting all them stuff from women? Oh, she has to have high value. Why are men not the ones fighting to have that high value? It still boils into this mentality. I'm the master. I'm the leader. You're here to serve me. I'm in the position of choosing. I'm in the position of picking. You get picked. So you have to mold yourself in a way that would make me pick you. You have to change to fit in. The change has to come from the woman. She has to be the one changing herself to fit in into what the man wants. Oh, we want her to look natural, so she has to look natural. Oh, we don't want her to have lip gloss on. She has to do that because in their head, they are the ones choosing. Even when they have same flaws as the women they're about to choose, they don't see any need for them to change. The woman is supposed to change. It's the mindset. Let's move on to the next segment of this video. Why men don't like masculine women.
Men don't like women who appear very masculine, okay? Sometimes women think masculinity is confidence, but it's not. It's different.
Why no masculine man wants an alpha female.
Let me give you some insight, Zach, from an alpha woman. Every day we go out, we're making shit happen. We're strong, we're making decisions affecting people's lives. We don't hesitate to do that. We want to come home to an environment, to a partner that helps us feel safe, so that we don't have to be so strong, so that we can feel vulnerable, okay? And it's very hard to find for an alpha woman, because if we're already kicking life, we want to meet a man who's at least higher, or at least bare minimum equal. We want to be able to be inspired by them, to look to them as well, instead of always being looked to for all the answers. So if you don't want an alpha woman, you're either saying, one, you can't provide that safe environment, or two, you're just not up there, buddy. So I understand you're trying to help people, coaching. I see it in your name, Zach. But just be careful about things that you say, especially when you don't have experience with an alpha woman.
Why are men intimidated by independent women? It's not they're intimidated, Danny. It's that people like to feel needed. So if you're a super tough, masculine woman who doesn't need a man, people like to feel needed. Okay? If you make him feel like, I don't need you, I want you, but I don't need you, that's one of the most insulting sentences you can say to a man. Men like to feel needed. So if you make him feel not needed, he'll go, I'm going to go and find someone who needs me. Yeah? People like to feel needed. Get him to open the pickle jar. Be in your feminine energy, okay? Increase the attraction.
Women's egos doesn't allow them to see that we're actually not intimidated by them by how much money they make. They don't realize that we just don't like masculine women. Female entrepreneurs or boss babes, they're usually super masculine, and if you've dealt with any of them before, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't ever see a woman get shit on for not liking feminine men, but you always see women shaming men for, or just distorting the reasons for a man not liking a masculine woman. Like, they say it's because we're intimidated by how much money they make. They say it's because we can't handle them. It's like, nah, I've just been around a lot of feminine women, so why would I choose a masculine woman over her? Like, right now, there's a girl I'm dating who she's, you know, well off, right? But she's super feminine, and that's what makes me still be with her. It's not about her money. I don't care about her money. She's still feminine. She still knows how to treat a man. She still knows how to respect a man, and she just is a good person to be around. Like, masculine women are just not good people.
People say that a woman with masculine traits is hard to have a relationship. It's not. Because anytime a woman is going masculine, they're doing it to get stuff done because stuff is not getting done. Right? And so they're like, you know what? I'm not going to rely on anyone else. I'm just going to get stuff done. And they're powerful and they can do that. They can have their own children without us. They can have babies without us. Right? But when a more masculine person comes into the picture, they don't have to be. And as soon as they don't have to be, you'll see this, like the tight face, you'll see it relax and calm. Like, oh, okay. Especially if it's an alpha male.
So I'm not going to be with a man that finds me masculine because he's too weak. Because a real man does not find me masculine. A real man thinks I'm actually cute. And they make me feel, and I actually sit down with them and I'm quite
It's interesting.
feminine.
Anytime a woman prefaces a statement with a real man, it's always followed with him lowering his standards or dealing with. For example, you're saying a real man would be able to tolerate me, etc. Let me tell you something. I'm being very candid with you. I'm multimillionaire. A lot of my friends are multimillionaires. Yeah. We don't women like you. No offense. With all due respect. Hold on, stop. Let me finish. Because we don't want to go out and conquer the world and come back and deal with females like you. Because you guys are annoying. Masculine women don't attract masculine men. If I wore heels on Saturday, you would never accept me. So why is it appropriate for you to be arguing and be masculine? Because you are a masculine woman. Trust me, you can't hide. You are. Fine. Okay? I'm strong. You are a masculine woman. I'm a strong woman. Fantastic, which means you're masculine. Yeah. That's fine. But masculine men want feminine women that don't argue with them, period. Yeah.
I think people should do them and live their life for themselves. They should forget what the society is saying. The society is the one causing others problem. Why should you call someone masculine? A woman that is trying to survive. Calling her masculine just to shame her. That is what the society does. That is their tactic. You know, the society uses shame to put people in line. The moment you decide not to do what they want you to do, they will use shame to put you in line. And that is what men do. Men have realized that women are no longer depending on them for survival. The best strategy for them is to shame women and make women feel bad for fending for themselves. Make women feel bad for trying to navigate this harsh world. So they came up with this whole thing. Oh, you're being too masculine. If someone says you're masculine, don't take it as an insult. Tell the person, thank you. It is a compliment because you are standing up and doing for yourself. It is a compliment, not an insult. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch a man cry out for being single, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.